Hey guys, welcome back to the High Homes YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about something super interesting. Why has St. Regis chosen Costa del Sol, this plot and this developer to develop one of the most incredible branded residences that Spain and arguably Europe has seen? Today we're joined by the developer. Let's talk about it. So just to give you guys an introduction, we're here with Enrique Lopez Sastre. Enrique, you are the sales and marketing director for Caledonian.
Correct. Yeah.
And Enrique, I'm super excited to share all the details with our audience and talk about St. Regis in depth. But before we dive into St. Regis and the meat and what it's all about, can you sort of outline where the plot's located, where we are right now?
Yeah. So we're currently located in Casares. That's in the west of Marbella. It's between Marbella and Soto Grande. So we're inside of the resort called Finca Cortesin.
Yep.
It's one of the top 3 resorts in Spain, top 3 of Europe, top 50 of the world. So it's a beautiful location. It's a hotel, 67 rooms, enormous luxury. It really is understated. It's tranquil.
Yeah.
It's very calm, very relaxed. It's a different way of living to what people are very used to. So here you essentially have everything you need in this little enclave of 2.5 million square meters. And we chose a plot in one of the best areas of Finca Cortesin, which is right in front of the first 6 holes of the golf course and in front of the sea. So you have golf and sea views from every single residence.
So like, how does it work? Like St. Regis call you guys up and say like, we want to develop something special. I mean, you know, for such a big brand to call you guys and want to develop together with you guys what this development's all about. But before we sort of dive deep into St. Regis, we recently did a video on the channel where we talked about branded residences.
Yeah.
And we know that there's 2 main types of branded residences,
Yeah.
right? You have the designer branded residences, which are very popular in the areas of Marbella and you go the mile. And then we have this, you know, hospitality branded residence.
Yeah.
When it comes to St. Regis, it's purely hospitality,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And tell us about how this happens. Like, why does St. Regis call you guys, and how does this? Why here? Why this plot?
So essentially, Marriott has a very big filtering stage for the different brands that they hold. So as you know, Marriott is the biggest hotel chain in the world. They have over 3,000 hotels, over 250 branded residences, either built or building in pipeline.
Yeah.
So there's a wide array of options to go for brands. We have a good relationship with Marriott. When we chose the plot, because actually it's the developer that chooses the plot, so we went there, we did the scouting, we decided on the plot, and we started speaking to them to see, okay, they need to check your background, they need to check all of your past projects, all of the directors have to come to see what you have actually delivered.
It's quite stressful, no? Like,
Yeah,
you know, to be selected by them.
Yeah, it is, and as they say, no, with great power comes great responsibility. So we have the most important brand of Marriott, one of the most important brands in the world, and it's actually one of the eldest too. It's 120 years of experience. So they came over here, they saw the quality of our projects, and they basically gave us a pick. So what we did is we tried to find what gave our clients the biggest value.
Okay.
So we as Caledonian are great recognized developers, and there's something that people need to make their way of life better. And that is the services that a hotel brand can provide. Because you're essentially living in a hotel, but it's actually your house. You have members of staff that come to you for whatever you might need. Everything is absolutely taken care of. You call just like in a hotel. I will arrive on Saturday, 10 p.m. Sheets are perfect, bottle of water, chocolate in the nightstand table, your kind of lighting. So it's everything what you want it to be. They know you and you don't have to worry about anything. So as people know, having a house, normally for St. Regis clients, it's a secondary, tertiary, one of their houses. They don't want to feel the stress of having to work for their house, of having a wait. Here's where St. Regis comes in. And we chose specifically St. Regis because of their experience. They're very, very well known for their signature butler service. They're also known for the Bloody Mary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're actually,
okay.
It's a very,
good tip.
Yeah, it's a good tip. So we're going to give all of the owners a Bloody Mary book No,
the
recipe book
the recipe
of St. Regis, so it's going to be lovely. Yeah, and we're doing the midnight party and everything that they have, all of these celebrations.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite amazing. And we chose St. Regis for that because we thought it was the best brand to provide all of the services that we want our clients to have.
Talk to us about, let's say, I mean, right now it's under construction, right? So
Correct.
you guys...
4 months.
4 months in,
Yeah.
yeah? So tell us about, first of all, timeline, handover. When is this supposed to be completed? And talk to us about what it looks like. We're going to be putting some images on screen so people can see it, but talk to us about the concept.
So the concept is an 8-building project.
8 building.
8 building with an amenities area. The amenities area is ginormous for 46 residences. It's 1,250 square meters. Has everything you might think of. It has a bar, library. It has indoor spa, outdoor pool with 400 square meters of water.
Wow.
There's gym, Pilates studio, yoga studio, hairdresser, barber, massage rooms.
Wow.
There's really everything. There's a cinema, a billiard room. So it's for our 46 residences to enjoy and their guests, of course.
When it comes to the types of properties, you guys have 3 floors, is that right?
It's 2.5.
Two and a half. So what's the typologies? What kind of properties are people able to sort of purchase?
Yeah.
I know I've seen the ground floors and I've been pretty impressed with the ground floors here because of the size, but walk us through what kind of properties people can sort of purchase at St. Regis.
So they're all quite sizey. They're all large residences. So we haven't done any small residence. The smallest residence we have is currently 240 square meters.
Wow.
So it's quite a big residence.
That's literally a house.
Yeah.
It's like a villa. Like the average villa size in like Costa del Sol is like 180, 200. So like, it's an apartment, but it's pretty much the size of a house.
It's the size of a house.
And that's a 2-bed.
That's a 2-bed.
Okay.
So you have both bedrooms. They're like living rooms are 80 square meters. They're very large, all covered in glass, all 3 sides.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, honestly. And then we have 3-bedroom residences. Those are around 340 square meters. We have with pool, without pool. So all ground floors, all lower penthouses, and all penthouses have pools as well. Penthouses are the creme de la creme. They're the entire top floor of the buildings.
It's incredible.
So that's ginormous. That's 580 square meters with pools, over 200 square meters of gardens. That's pretty much a villa in the sky.
Yeah. When it comes to like qualities and finishings, what sort of qualities can people expect?
So I think they can expect the highest quality in the market. Okay. We're Caledonian, the developers. So as Caledonian, we essentially focus. We only do around a project every year and a half because the excellence that requires doing the projects that we do is really not very easy to find. So we just don't have a massive team to do that. We're 50 people to do one project every 2 years. We have architects and engineers in-house. We do all of our creative solutions. We do all of the constructive solutions as well. We work with world-class architects like Marcio Kogan. He's the architect doing this project. He's one of the best architects in the world, #1 in Brazil for residential. And he is the Picasso. He's the designer. But then all of the technical aspects are done in-house. Okay. So to give you a very quick example, when we were doing the exterior area, so the blinds that open up in the exterior with the wood, we started at the same time as the construction, so 3.5 years before delivery, in a factory outside of Madrid to start developing the actual movement and to do the whole engineering of how that is going to work.
I think it's quite talking about that because people that don't visualize it, we'll put the photos on the screen, but you guys have chosen to mainly put the outdoor spaces on the sides in order to maximize the view. And I love this concept. And when I first saw the building, I was like, how does this work? And this is the wood you're referring to, right?
Yeah, so the wood is right in front.
What do you call them? They're called...
we call it palillería in Spanish.
Palillería,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a harp of wood, and it's done with Australian patented wood. It's super, super impressive. And essentially what we do, so for example, this is something quite different with what you're mentioning of the terraces on the side. That is something that we're doing because the view is so beautiful that you don't want to be laying on your bed looking at the back of a chair, at the back of a table, and the sofa.
Right. That's so right.
And it's so thin as well.
I'll just jump in there. Like I've been in property, my entire life really, and you're so right. Like that attention to detail just shows maybe how you guys do things. It's like it's correct. If you buy a fantastic villa, wherever it is, Marbella or penthouse, when you're in the lounge, you're completely. You don't think about it, but you look out and you've got the sea and you've got the view and you've got the mountains. But between you and all that, you have all this terrace furniture, you've got the pool, and you've got... So in this case, it's basically, no, we'll move the terraces to the sides. We enjoy the outdoor spaces which already have the amazing view, but nothing interrupts the view.
Exactly.
It's like a real attention to detail.
And the terrace also keeps the view. So it also allows you to make a thicker terrace. So it makes you a more usable terrace, because also the common terraces are one chair, one table, one chair, and that's the space you got. Here you have over 3 meters of length in the terrace, so you actually can utilize it. You can put big dining tables, you can put a barbecue, an exterior space, and you still maintain the view. And from your bedroom, you just have a glass, go off, sea.
So how many apartments in total did you say?
46.
46. So there's going to be 46 neighbors. That's all. It's like super boutique.
Yeah.
And when it comes to
exclusive.
Totally. And when it comes to like current nationalities, I mean, you guys have already sold a number of units. What's the mix of people at the moment buying in?
So we have a big mix. We have people coming from the United States. We have actually over 950 inquiries, which is crazy. And we recently just did the launch at the end of June, so mid-end of June. So we have Belgian buyers, we have Polish buyers, we're having Americans as well, we're having South Americans as well. So there's a quite big mix. I feel like the brand also are attracting people from further away, and I feel like certain places in the world are currently troubled, and there's more people coming from internationally.
Am I right in saying that this is the first St. Regis development in Spain?
That is correct, yeah.
Is it the first in Europe?
It is the second standalone residence in Europe.
Where's the first?
I think it's in Budapest.
In Budapest?
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Or
because
Turkey.
like St. Regis is like super popular, you know, for, I mean, at least like as far as I'm aware, it's more popular as a sort of branded residence in the US and outside Europe. And we've had a lot of, you know, clients from the US, you know, Canada, people from even the Middle East that, you know, have been very, you know, sort of positively surprised, thinking, oh my God, you know, hearing the news that St. Regis is coming to Europe. And it's more popular there. And this is, you know, hospitality, and at this level, for this market, it's pretty new. And I think that's why you guys are getting so much sort of interest at these early stages, no?
Yeah. So we're the first branded residences of hospitality in La Costa del Sol, and we're like the third in Spain.
Wow.
So there's not a lot of offering, and we're the first Marriott brand.
Enrique, back to like one of the main reasons that people buy branded residence, and you know, in the hospitality branded residences like St. Regis, it's all about services. You outlined a few at the beginning, but imagine myself, you know, I buy one of your beautiful penthouses, or your one of your ground floors with pool, whichever one. What can I expect, you know, after the handover, once, you know, I've got my beautiful residence? What services are available to me, and what can I use of all this beautiful Cortesin?
And the question is, what do you need? Because you can get everything.
Okay.
So essentially, you have the signature butler service that is on site within the residences.
All the time?
All the time. So you have that service for whatever you might need. Booking private jets, booking transfers, booking reservations at restaurants. They're kind of like the American Express Centurion concierge, but within a hotel experience. Then you also get essentially catering, for example, if you want to cater in your house, if your kid needs a teacher, French teacher, because they have an exam, you can get that. You can get massages on site. You can really get anything you might want. Even we have a big wine cellar on site as well. You get very exclusive wines from there. So that's going to be quite interesting.
And how does it work with all the services of Cortesin? Is there a link between a Cortesin hotel and the St. Regis?
Yeah, so there's a slight link in benefits. So our buyers have access to the hotel. There's 7 restaurants. There's the spa, tennis,
and that just for people that don't know or don't see it, this is literally 2 minutes from the plot.
Yeah, no, genuinely right in front. So there's a road and the golf.
And you have a tunnel, right?
And you have a tunnel. So
you
go with your golf cart. Yeah,
nice.
So the majority of our clients actually in the past, they've bought golf carts. So
you were saying restaurants and what else?
Restaurants, golf, tennis, paddle, the beach club of Finca Cortesin, which is frontline. Over there we have another restaurant, serves paellas. They're incredible. And we have different cuisine, Asian cuisine, Mediterranean. We have Italian cuisine. So there's a big variety of the places you might want to go to. And that also allows you not having to leave Cortesin if you don't want to. So I've actually been here and I've spent 2 or 3 weeks without just leaving the premises. So it's a very comfortable lifestyle.
You know what? I think we actually, you know, Cortesin deserves a small area guide on the channel. It's so unique. It's so different to the rest of the coast, you know. It's what I personally sort of define as quiet luxury, if you know, you know,
Yeah.
sort of environment,
Yeah.
right? How would you define Cortesin?
Wow, that's a big question. I would say that it's a very exclusive and quiet enclave.
And if you compare it to, for example, other areas of the coast?
I would say that it has nothing to do with the other areas of the coast. I think that here is where people want to live and relax, and then when you want to have fun, 25 minutes away, you get the car and you go and have a drink in Puente Romano, or you go to Soto Grande, to the Polo. You're kind of in the middle of everything. You have Ronda 45 minutes away. You have Marbella less than half an hour away. Soto Grande 15 minutes away. If you're a horseback rider, you can go to Montemedio, that's an hour away. You're kind of in the middle. You're like a little spider. You can go anywhere in the coast. And if you want to look for fun, it's right there. But I would rather live in quiet and peace and luxury and then go and look for the fun whenever I feel like fun.
So a cheeky question.
Yeah.
Is this the last St. Regis development you guys are doing, or you guys already have eyeing up some other things?
We don't know. Everything is very secret.
Okay, so
no,
at
but
the moment,
we're not sure.
okay.
We're always looking for new opportunities, so we're open to everything.
Good. So Enrique, we've talked about the project, location, amenities, services. Talk to us about timeline. You know, we're filming this video in July 2025, and you're 4 months more or less into construction. When are you expecting sort of completion of works, handover? When can people start enjoying their houses and the St. Regis experience?
Okay, so there's a big Marriott requirement. We can't hand over a building without having the amenities ready.
Okay.
So the entire first phase has to be handed in at the same time. So that will be in end of 2027 for phase 1 and beginning of 29 for phase 2. The phase 2 buildings will be added into the project sequentially. As I was saying, we're like artisans of construction, so our construction takes time and we really, really take care of the quality. So we will be delivering that entire first phase end of 27, and then we'll include that at the other part by 29.
So we will include in the description of this video for our audience that might be interested in the development a link that links us to the website, which has information on St. Regis.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through like payment terms in these off-plan stages? Like, you know, how does someone buy a property? You know, what payments do you make when? Because it's not finished.
Yeah, so we have a reservation. Post-reservation, around 1 month later, we have the first payment deposit. That's around 20%. Then 6 months after, we're doing another 15. And then 6 months after that, we're doing another 15. So it's going to be half during the first 13 months of construction, of payment, of purchase. And then it's going to be the other half at handover.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you said currently 11 properties sold, which means that you're around 20-something percent of the development
around
sold.
a quarter of the project sold over the pre-launch.
Can you talk to us, I remember you talked to us about the honorary sort of founders and I just love the concept. Can you share with our audience? Because actually one of our clients is an honorary founder.
Yeah, he was actually the last honorary founder.
He was the 10th one, so he's one of the founders.
Yeah.
How does the honorary founder, tell us about the honorary founders.
So that actually gives you quite a few perks.
Okay.
You have a plaque. So this is actually something we've done in the past project. Trees with plaques for the honorary founders in kind of gratitude and in memory of those founders of the project.
Nice.
So that's something that kids really, really like. They arrive to the plot with their friends. They're like, come see my tree, come and see my tree, come and see my tree. So that's quite interesting.
Quite
cool. Then we have, of course, a complimentary weekend at Finca Cortesin for our clients to enjoy, to experience, to really understand what the lifestyle is.
Nice.
During your construction. So we always encourage people to come after around a year so they can actually see a lot of updates, all the structure, everything. And then we do 250,000 Marriott Bonvoy points for our clients. We also, this is with St. Regis, but not part of the Honorary Founder Program, that they have access to the Platinum Elite status until 2029. So that actually not only gives you benefits within Finca Cortesin and within the St. Regis, it gives you benefits on Marriott all around the world. So essentially you're the top tier as a Marriott client. So that's for the 46 residents, not only for the 10. So you go there, you have discounts in hotels, you have early check-in, late check-out, complimentary upgrade upon availability.
Amazing.
So that's amazing for anyone that travels. And then also we have access to the OnVia program, and that is only for residence owners. So that's a program, for example, the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection recently launched. They have a very, very big year line. So there's a big queue to actually access. But all OnVia program members have early bird access to those yachts. So if they want to experience the Ritz-Carlton yacht, they have a priority access.
So what you're telling your honorary 10 first members is this is just the taste of what's coming.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
exactly.
we're going to treat you well.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
And you're going to have 4 years.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
4 years of?
4 years of the Platinum Elite and a lifetime of Envia until you sell your residence.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Well, you know what, Enrique, I think this has been a super chat. So first of all, thanks for your time. It's great to have you on the channel. It's great to actually invite a developer of a hospitality brand and residence on the channel. We're honored to be the first channel to have a video like this on YouTube.
You definitely are. This is my first video interview.
Good,
so.
good. Well, I appreciate it. It's been fantastic. And actually, I'll just send a message to you guys watching this video. If you are interested, obviously, in St. Regis and want to know more about this development, we've got a really cool link in the description of this video that will basically share you guys with the details, the brochure, so click that down there below. And like always, if you want to stay posted with information regarding the Spanish real estate market, news of property in Spain, new developments, products, things just like this, click that button, subscribe to the High Homes YouTube channel. And if you want to be notified every time a YouTube video comes out, press the bell button. I think that's really it. Until the next time, guys.
Amazing. Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Ciao.